Our next guest is calling for offices to reopen in New York. In an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal this week, related company CEO Jeff Blau writing, quote, "When it comes to reviving the economy, we are all essential workers." Jeff joins us now from his office in New York City, and we appreciate you joining us from New York City. We've had a number of different real estate executives on, oftentimes talking about New York, but not always coming to us from New York. So you're walking the talk, Jeff. Help us understand what steps you think have been taken and how employers, but also employees should think about this. Because I know a lot of employers on the management side that would like to do this, but they're reticent because they hear from their employees who say, you know what, not so fast.
Good morning, Andrew. Thanks for having me. So as I talked about in the op-ed, I think it's really important that we bring our office workers back to work in New York City for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, you need to do it safely. And so what we did at related companies is we spoke to all of our employees. Anyone that had any medical issues, we said to them, you need to stay home and take care of your situation. That was about 11% of our population at related. So we had 89% of the people. We brought them back, and we did it for three reasons. First and foremost, we have 4,000 employees at related. 60% of our workforce worked all the way through the pandemic. They were either in buildings or on construction sites. And I just felt we needed to be here to support them at the corporate office when we were able to open. We've been open for 9 weeks now, June 22nd, when the governor lifted the order. And it's been very, very positive. The second reason, or probably the most important reason really, though, is about New York City. Because New York City, I mean, I'm here, we've been here for 9 weeks, and I've driven all through the city. And when you drive around the city, there are parts of the city that are empty. Nobody's here. Why? Because no one needs to come here right now. People have left the city. They're staying with their parents. They're in the Hamptons. They're in Westchester. They need to come back to New York for two reasons are going to bring them back. One is to go to school, and the other is to go to work. And so when you go to work, what do you do when you go to the office? You stop at the coffee store, you stop at the deli for lunch, and you support all these small businesses. It's really not about the office, the commercial real estate. This is about bringing New York back to life, right? This is supporting New York and helping New York recover. There's so many people that have left New York on a temporary basis, and they expect, I'll come back a year from now and everything's going to be the same. The city doesn't recover by itself. The city will recover, but we're going to have to work at it. And part of working at it is coming back to New York City.
Jeff, there's no question that we all want our beloved New York City to return to some semblance of normal. One of the trends pre-COVID in the real estate world was, commercial real estate, was to move to open floor office plans. In a post-COVID world, that doesn't seem necessarily to have been the right strategy. To the extent that you're talking to clients who are in some of these office buildings, how are they remaking the spaces? Are they remaking the spaces? And when you talk about encouraging people to come back to the office, is everybody coming back every day? Is it 5 days in, or is it a 1 day in and a different group coming in hot desking in the next day? How do you think this should happen?
I think it's a combination of all those things, and every company is going to do it slightly differently. I mean, here at Related, we've never been very dense to begin with, so we've been able to bring all of our people back, and many of our people spend portions of their day out at job sites, at construction sites. So the actual occupancy in the office is pretty low, certainly under the required levels on any given day. Some companies that have trading floors or bench seatings are going to have to spread out and may have to do an A/B situation. I mean, we've heard from tenants looking for temporary short-term space until post-COVID to expand so that they could de-densify. I do think we will see a trend of less dense space post-COVID, or even starting now. But I think you'll see some combination of remote being part of the workplace. But I don't think remote and I don't think Zoom replaces going to the office.